Israel versus Hamas. Around the world, people are choosing who they want to support, and officially, India has made it quite clear where it stands. But many are still asking questions. How about Indian Muslims, or what is going on in India's Aligarh Muslim University? So, are these Aligarh Muslim University students supporting Palestine? And how are Israelis reacting to all this? Are Israelis angry? And can it impact India-Israel relations? Well, to start with, listen to what the ambassador of Israel to India is saying here.
The support, the wall-to-wall support started by Prime Minister Modi, who tweeted a very supportive tweet. But I was approached by ministers, by business people, by civil servants, by ordinary Indians. Just people wrote to us. You see the social media. We are really bombarded with love and support. Amazing. It's not something we take for granted.
And now see this, how an Israeli diplomat is comparing this attack to the 26/11 attack in Mumbai by Pakistani terrorists. Now, it cannot be denied that there are Muslims in India who support Palestine, and many are quite honest and vocal about it. Take a look at these scenes from Aligarh. But on numerous occasions, Israel has chosen to ignore the behavior of Muslims in India who oppose or dislike Israel. It seems quite clear that Israel doesn't want the Indian Muslim factor to affect its ties with India. But there are several aspects to it that are important to understand. Aspect 1. To start with, Israel knows very well that not all Jews and not all Israelis support Israel either. I mean, take a look at these scenes. These appear to be Jews, right? See what they are doing here. Openly protesting against Israel, supporting Palestine, insulting Israel's flag. Yes, there are Jews who are openly quite hostile against Israel and its policies. On X, there are even pages where you can see similar content being posted regularly. The second aspect, not all Israelis love India and not all Israelis support India either. Remember this man? Remember what he said about the Kashmir files? He is Israeli. The third aspect is that many Hindus and non-Hindus in India openly and vocally support Israel. Israel reacts quite positively to that. Take a look at this. And this. And this over here. And see what was posted here. Quite frequently, even Hindi is used by the Embassy of Israel in these posts, probably to spread the message far and wide among Indians. Despite all this, at the same time, Israel is probably aware that not all Hindus in India support Israel either. Hindu or Muslim, whoever opposes Israel and supports Palestine, on numerous occasions, it has been noticed that Israel has just ignored that. It is just a normal diplomatic approach. And finally, the global aspect. Israel knows very well that even in the Western world, there are places where it gets little or no support. For example, take a look at this. Have you heard of Ireland's support for Palestine? As reported here, the Irish Parliament passed a motion condemning the de facto annexation of Palestinian land by the Israeli authorities. As reported here, in September 2018, when Northern Ireland and Israel played a friendly football match, this Free Palestine message was displayed on a hill outside the stadium in Belfast. Even the game of football has seen its impact. Yes, perhaps the world is more complex than it seems. For example, Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the UK, comes forward to say this, supporting Israel openly, right? But then take a look at this. The UK Parliament's official website, right? Written questions, answers and statements. Take a look at this answer. Our position is well known and has not changed. In line with international law and the relevant UN Security Council resolutions, we do not recognize Israel's sovereignty over the territories occupied by Israel since June 1967. The annexation of territory by force is prohibited under the international law. The UK has also reiterated our position at the UN Security Council. And then, let us not forget that India and Iran have strong and friendly relations in many areas, even though Israel and Iran are considered arch-enemies. In this interview, the ambassador of Israel to India even mentioned Iran's involvement in this attack on Israel. And if that is not enough, see this. Back in 2018, Prime Minister Modi conferred with the Grand Collar of the State of Palestine. In Palestine, the Grand Collar is the highest order given to foreign dignitaries. So yes, from the big picture perspective, India knows very well what it is doing. The largest democracy in the world has emerged as a geopolitical artist, capable of maneuvering delicate relations that are almost unthinkable or too complex for others. Some anti-Israel online posts or protests in India aren't going to change the greater scheme of things. And yes, regardless of what many Indian Muslims think of Israel, for now, it seems that it is unlikely to impact India-Israel relations. See you again.